Good morning, and thanks for joining us on the Morning Brunch. I'm Renee Skinner.
And I'm Nathan Kitchens.
Yes, indeedy. Here's what's on the menu for today's brunch. We're going to take a look at our favorite stories from today. Then, do you know a performative man? The signs you should look out for.
Okay, and also I'll give you a look at today's weather in our last bite.
That literally says performative man on our screen
Very
right
interesting.
there. All right. Well, here's what's on my plate for the day. CityLink in Peoria is once again honoring a civil rights icon on what would have been her 113th birthday. The city plans to receive a special seat in honor of Rosa Parks on each fixed bus route throughout the day. CityLink's communications director says that the buses will have both a special reserved seat for Rosa, along with flyers and exterior signage about Black history, civil rights, current local leaders, and information on historical events. And this definitely stuck out to me because it is Black History Month. It's February, and we are honoring the people who fought so bravely for each and every one's civil rights. And Rosa Parks was one of those people, although I think America doesn't realize that there was a woman who said no to being put in the back of the bus before Rosa Parks. I think her name was Claudette Colvin. Claudette Colvin.
Yeah.
She, refused to go to the back of the bus before Rosa Parks did. But I think what's significant is Rosa Parks, when she said no to being put in the back of the bus, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. really got involved, and the civil rights movement really kicked into high gear. So that would be why Rosa Parks probably gets more recognition than Claudette Colvin, I believe. But again, this is just one way that we can honor people who definitely fought for America to be a better place. And I think, this is simple, but it's creative. They have a seat on the bus for Rosa, honoring her. And I just think that's just so awesome. And I think, we should just always, we keep in mind that we have a rich history here in America, and Black history is American history. So I just thought this story was really cool.
Yes, it's really cool that Peoria does that. It's important that we don't forget Rosa Parks' legacy and so many others who, said, you know what, I'm tired of segregation. I'm tired of giving into this. So, it's just an easy way to keep honoring her, and let us not forget that. So.
And it's so crazy because, when I rode the bus in high school, it was cool to sit in the back of the bus. You wanted to be in the back.
Yeah.
But not because of segregation or anything like that. It was just the cool kids sat in the back. But, I
was always in the front.
You were in the front, of course you were.
I was always right there, the first one out. So.
That's all right. So, times have changed, but, we have civil rights leaders who we can honor today. So that's good.
Yes, absolutely. On my plate today, cancer survivors who eat ultra-processed foods are much more likely to die. A study in Italy looked at more than 800 cancer survivors and found that ones who ate the highest amount of ultra-processed foods had a 48% greater risk of dying from any cause and a 59% higher risk of dying from cancer. Ultra-processed foods are products that contain high amounts of additives, preservatives, artificial flavors, sugars, and, of course, unhealthy fats. This story is really alarming. I think it should be for a lot of Americans because we are consuming so many ultra-processed foods. I was kind of taking a look back after hearing this story this morning, and it's like, my goodness, most of my diet consists of these ultra-processed foods. I mean, gummy bears, French fries.
That's the first thing on your plate.
Burgers from many fast food joints are ultra-processed, my diet is mostly ultra-processed stuff. It's bad. So, I mean, that should be a wake-up call, hopefully, to a lot of people, not just cancer patients, but people in general, that your risk of, death is going to be higher because of the risks that come from these ultra-processed foods. So if we can kind of cut back, I don't think it's a crime to eat any ultra-processed foods. It's just that we need to keep that moderation in mind. So
absolutely. Yeah, and I would say that I think ultra-processed foods it's easy to get addicted to those types of foods.
Very easy.
It's easy. You can go to the vending machine up the way from our studio and get a processed food snack, chips, all that stuff. So I think it's just easy, it's convenient, and it is just hard to like, I don't even want to cook. I don't even want to look at my kitchen right now. And it's just easy to go on DoorDash and, you know, get a few things.
Certainly is.
But you can't fall into that trap all the time. Moderation is key, you know?
Yeah,
So.
and I try to be careful when I go to the store because I have a habit of always buying like a bag of chips, and it'll be like the big party-sized bag of hot Cheetos usually. And it's just something really easy. I just get out whenever I want, whenever I'm bored, and I'll just start eating. And it's like I'm just eating out of boredom, and this isn't doing me any good.
Yeah.
I've got the red fingerprints from the hot Cheetos. And
I'm picturing you.
I'm starting to get a little heartburn from it. It's like, okay, this is not good for me. I need to get away from this. I need to stop buying these snacks that I'm just going to eat out of boredom. Instead, maybe replace that for an apple or something that's not going to be super unhealthy for you.
Well, you know, they say when you grocery shop, you shouldn't grocery shop hungry because you'll spend more.
And that's my problem. I usually do it when I'm starving, like right after work or something. I'll go and I'm just craving all kinds of food. So.
You got to eat the hot Cheetos before you grocery shop, buddy. All right.
I'll work on that.
Yeah, please do. But here's our question of the day. I think, our mega question of the day. What are you looking forward to the most on the big game this Sunday? We've got the Patriots playing the Seahawks.
Yeah. There's just not a lot I'm looking forward to this year, to be honest. Neither teams are super exciting to me.
Right.
I've never really been a fan, especially the Patriots. I'm just not a fan for probably obvious reasons because I'm a Colts fan. And over the years, you know, Patriots have been very tough, especially the whole I still can't forget 2015, I think it was, and the whole Deflategate thing that happened.
Oh, yeah.
That's still on my mind.
Oh, yeah. I remember watching the press conference, and Tom Brady literally said, "We're not ISIS."
Remember that.
He said, "We're not ISIS. We're not terrorists." I guess that was his logic for, like, you know, the deflated balls. But yeah, I'm with you. I'm not looking forward to this Sunday. But, you know, the commercials are funny.
They sure are.
Yeah, the commercials always get a laugh. And then the halftime show. And it'll be cool to see, like, I heard Green Day is performing.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so that'd be cool to see. And, of course, you've got Bad Bunny. So, you know, there's something for everyone.
The halftime show is just so extra. It's insane.
It is. It's always insane.
I always wonder how much practice has to go into that because
I bet a lot.
Everything has to be choreographed. Everything's just perfect. And,
Do you have a favorite Super Bowl performance?
You know what? I don't really watch the Super Bowl very often. I haven't really watched it because
Did I stump you?
You know, when you work the morning shift, it's tough because you gotta get up so early. And that's the problem. It's on a Sunday night. It's like especially since I'm not really rooting for either team necessarily. Maybe the Seahawks a little bit over the Patriots, but I don't remember who performed recently. I mean, who performed last year?
Well, how could you? It was Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, that's right.
Do you know who that is, Nathan?
I think I do.
Okay.
I've seen some of his stuff.
At least he knows. At least you know.
Okay. I know I saw a clip of last year's and I was not impressed. I will say that.
All right. Send all emails to Nathan.
I do like the commercials, though. I still remember the one that stands out was the Betty White commercial with I think it was a Snickers commercial, and she was in it. She was like tackling.
Wow.
She was in her 90s, of course, at this point, but I always loved that commercial. There was that Budweiser commercial that was really cool with Clydesdales, and that made you want to cry.
Yeah, absolutely. They have some good commercials to watch out for, guys. So we're going to take a commercial break, speaking of, but we'll be right back to talk about some more topics.
Welcome back. Just like birds show off their feathers, men show off their hobbies.
Oh, really?
But are those hobbies actually real? So nearly 20% of men readily admit to picking up hobbies just to seem more attractive. The other 80% may not be telling the whole truth. The internet is calling these performative hobbies. That's what we alluded to at the beginning of our morning brunch, by the way. The idea grew out of a social media trend known as the performative man, a guy who goes out of his way to show how sensitive, intellectual, and emotionally evolved he is. He might be really into matcha meditation, and farmers markets. He talks about therapy on the first date, listens to vinyl, and casually mentions he's emotionally available. Relationship experts say that women usually can tell when it's genuine and when it's a performance. But they also say that there's a reason that this keeps happening. Even if they know, it still works.
I don't know about this. I mean, just be honest about who you are, because if you put on a facade and you lie about it, then what else are you lying about? Just be honest. If you don't have, I don't have any interesting hobbies. I watch the news, I watch documentaries, I read trashy romance novels. That is not an interesting hobby.
Right. It's so
I'm
awkward.
honest about it.
It's so awkward, like at first dates. It's like, what do you do? It's like, oh, I watch the Weather Channel when I'm, or at least when I was younger. That's all I did.
That's so
but
sweet.
I used to try
it matches
to.
because you're a meteorologist.
That's true. And I remember when I was first kind of getting into the dating scene, when I was probably in my later teens, and I decided, I think, to make some kind of profile on some website. I don't remember. It's probably it wasn't eHarmony, but I don't know, my parents would tell me to go to eHarmony, but it's like that's for old people, I think. But I can't remember which one it was. But just for fun, I thought, well, it was some Christians dating
Christian
thing.
Mingle.
Maybe that's what it was.
Something like that.
Yeah, and it was free at the time, and so I put pictures on there. But one of the pictures had me playing a guitar, and I posted on there that I love music, and I played a guitar. I did not know how to play the guitar.
See?
I just wanted to look cool, and I thought, well, if I post this picture of me wearing a tank top and with this cool necklace with a cross on it and playing the guitar,
that visual.
I had to look on Google to make sure I was holding it right and making sure it was holding the pictures right, so it looked like I was professional. And so I had the picture on there and trying to.
You are the performative man. There
so
you go.
I guess that's the truth is revealed now. But that was like the 12 years ago me. I'm not like that anymore.
You're evolved.
You're gonna love me for who I am, or you're not. So.
Good deal. Good. Yeah. Just be yourself.
That's the bottom line.
All right, well, the big game, again, is less than a week away, and while fans may tune in for the game or the halftime show, the real star for many is the food. Here are the most popular Super Bowl snacks by state based on searches. Buffalo chicken dip topped the list in more states than any other recipe, followed by guacamole and spinach dip. Soups and chilies were also popular. Wings claimed the top spot here in Illinois and in many other Midwest states. Are you a wing guy, Nathan?
I like wings. I don't have wings hardly ever, though. It will only be for really special occasions like Super Bowl. I know last year we did wings. We usually do pizza and wings, and then we'll have chips and cheese dip.
Yeah,
so
that's good. That's keep it simple.
Exactly.
You know, I think my favorite is wings, too. I like lemon pepper wings with blue cheese dipping sauce. Ooh, that's so good. So, yeah, pizza would be another good Super Bowl food.
Yeah.
Maybe some Rotel and chips, you know, stuff like that. So, yeah.
I love buffalo wings. Those are my favorite.
Buffalo, all right.
Well, taxi, Uber, and Lyft drivers seem to fall into two categories, very chatty or very quiet, and it sparked a debate online. Is it rude if you don't want to talk?
No.
An etiquette expert recently weighed in and says, no, you're not obligated to make small talk, but they do draw a line. Silence isn't rude. Ignoring someone is the advice to set the tone early. A polite hello goes a long way, and if the driver is talkative, it's perfectly fine to say you've had a long day or you need a quiet ride. And if you want to skip the conversation entirely, rideshare apps now let you set your preference ahead of time to avoid the awkward conversation.
Really?
Okay, that is cool. That said, experts also note that a chatty driver can sometimes be a hidden gem, especially in a new city. From shortcuts to restaurant tips, conversation might actually be worth it.
Yeah, I've had weird Uber driver experiences. Like one time I was living down south somewhere and this Uber driver was like, if you ever need someone to show you around town, I'm your guy.
Okay.
And I was like, ew. Then, but this next story I'm gonna tell you, this Uber driver was so kind. I was having such a rough day. I was dealing with anxiety. And he was like, are you okay, ma'am? And I just burst out in tears.
Oh my goodness. Just let it all out.
We just had a whole conversation about mental health and just how you can better yourself. But, and he was a stranger. He didn't know me from Adam and Eve.
Exactly.
He didn't know me. But we just had a conversation. And it was just, I left him a good tip.
That's good.
But I've just had some weird experiences with Uber drivers and them wanting to talk. I think I have the face that says, hey, let me talk to her, or something like that. Have you ever had any weird experiences?
I don't think I've ever taken like an Uber
What about a
drive.
taxi or something?
A taxi, I think I did once when I was in high school, but they were real, like, just chill and friendly.
Yeah.
And I was with some friends, so sometimes when you're with people, your
Yeah.
friends, you act differently than I would if I was by myself, because I was trying to trying to be cool, you know, so chiming in and being cool, and we were a little bit rowdy, but
Yeah.
the taxi driver was all cool with that. But I haven't really taken a taxi or Uber or anything since then, so
Yeah.
I don't know. But
Well, be thankful.
I can definitely sense there could be some awkwardness for sure.
It's very awkward. And I don't have the meanness to be like, shut up, I just want to sit here and you drive. I don't have the heart to say that.
I did have a tow truck experience. I won't mention where and when, but I mean, they were talking about, like, because it was a city I wasn't very familiar with, and they were talking about, you know, that there's all these cool restaurants, these bars you could go to, and then he starts getting into, like, his family, how long he's lived there, and all this. So sometimes I could see where the benefit could be if you're in a new city,
Yeah.
you're moving there, and you have to know some kind of the know it things, you know, like where are the cool restaurants, the ones that are worth going to and stuff.
Yeah,
So
for sure. Well, do you stand taller and feel more put together when you have the right shoes on? Well, recently Nike made claims that its shoes can actually activate the brain. Apparently, there is science between the brain and foot connection. Neurosurgeons say the soles of the feet contain thousands of receptors that detect pressure, vibration, texture, and movement. Those signals travel through the nerves to the spinal cord, then to the brain. Experts say footwear also affects the brain's sense of where the body is in space, which can affect people with balance disorders. Interesting. Do you wear
yeah,
Nikes?
and speaking of shoes, look at these Air Force Ones
Oh,
from
look
Nike.
at you.
I got these for Christmas.
Look
so.
at you.
Although I don't feel like wearing these has activated my brain in any way. But
That's hilarious.
I swear, like, I have this pair of, like, Under Armour tennis shoes, and they're the most comfortable shoes I have.
Yeah.
And I swear when I wear them, I'm just in a better mood, and I can think more clearly. And
So maybe there's
it's-
science to this.
I feel like
then.
I have good luck when I wear those shoes. So
Good deal, man. I
these
don't
ones
know.
they look nice. They're not the most comfortable in the world. They're okay.
You
but
probably got to break them in some.
probably still have to be broken in a little
They
bit.
got that
Yeah.
new shoe smell. I can smell it from here. No, I'm just kidding. I did not sniff his feet just then. After you've dated someone for a while, for some, the next step might be moving in together, but not if you're one actress. Keke Palmer told the Today Show that she never wants to live with anyone. She said she likes her alone time. Keke Palmer also told Whoopi Goldberg, who has the same take, in a New York Times article, saying, "I just don't want anybody in my house." She said even if she's married, she doesn't want to share space like that. Her spouse can live around the corner or in a guest house. Besides the alone time, Keke cited cleanliness as a reason to keep her own space. She also said it would be fun and exciting to, quote, go to her man's house. Ooh.
Oh, okay.
I kind of feel the same way because I just kind of feel like my housekeeping habits probably would not. I don't know. I'm a bachelorette, and I kind of do what I want to do when I feel like I can't do what I want to do if I'm living with someone. So I just kind of feel like I get what she's saying.
I feel that.
You know?
And I've been single, and I think it's one of those things when you are alone for, like, a lot of your adult life now,
Yeah.
and you just get used to it. And
Yeah.
I don't want to think about the idea of having to please somebody else all the time with my
Yeah.
habits and my ways, because it's nice when you can come home from a long work day. You don't have to worry about trying to keep things spotless for your other half who's going to
Yep.
be home. And you have to worry about if things are right and if you leave the dishes out or whatnot, because it's just me to please. So
Yep, there's
there's
one
definitely some
benefit.
pluses to it.
Absolutely, I agree. And I would also say, you know, I don't know, it's just, I feel like when you live with someone, you really get to know them too. And I don't know if I want a man to know me like
Yeah,
that.
I mean, I feel like if it's true love, you embrace it and love it. Sure,
Yeah.
there's moments that you don't like, but
Yeah.
that's how you'll know if it's true love, because you can deal with it.
Absolutely.
Well, there's a new dating trend on the rise, and it could very well be helpful for anyone who is forgetful, like me. Men are writing down a secret manual dedicated to their girlfriends. Some men are using their Notes app to create a detailed list of important details about their significant other, like favorite color, shoe size, and list of allergies. But some are even getting really specific by writing down favorite meals and drinks at different restaurants, so that they don't have to ask and get the look. I know what, those doing this say it's a great way to keep their partners feeling seen, fed, and spoiled.
You know what? I wish my dad would use this. Like, I'm allergic to tree nuts.
Uh-huh.
My dad will be like, hey, you want some cashews? No, Dad. You
like,
know
you're my
this.
dad, you know me.
Spent 36 years with me. You know I'm allergic to tree nuts.
Right.
Like, gosh. So, I don't know. I think men just aren't caught up in the details like women are. You know what I
Right.
mean? So,
Yeah.
little details like what's your partner's favorite drink or meal? You know, that's kind of like, for men, I think. What do you say?
I know, like, I'm very forgetful. Like, I remember growing up, like, especially as I got old enough to drive, and my mom, my sister, parents were at home, they would always send me to go, like, get food at, like, Subway or somewhere.
Yeah.
And so Subway can be complicated because you don't know what toppings people want.
Well, that's
so
a good
I always had to
time.
write down in my notes, and my mom would get so aggravated when I didn't remember exactly what she wanted on the sandwich. Like, you forgot the lettuce. And
That
so
sounds
then
about
eventually I had to
right.
write it down in my notes section. So every time I went, I had this whole list of my notes. Like, okay, time to get the app out and let's see what all was on there. So
Cheetos better be on there, buddy.
Cheetos, ooh, yes.
All right. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. As we come to a close, here's your last bite. So we'll start with a joke of the day.
Okay.
What do you call an empty can of Cheese Whiz? Don't think too hard on this, is all I'm going to say.
I don't know. Okay, give me a hint.
Cheese something. Cheese was. Okay, that's it.
Cheese was? Wait, say that again.
What do you call an empty can of Cheese Whiz? Cheese was.
Oh, how come I can't get this stuff, guys?
This one's just kind of,
Cheesy.
The one yesterday was a lot better.
It was. Agreed.
Today's forecast, we'll see decreasing clouds with a high of 29, and then for tonight, we'll drop back into the mid-teens with a few clouds out there. As we look at our extended forecast, we are warming up finally.
Oh,
40s will
yeah.
feel so great on Friday. It gets colder again Saturday, but looking ahead to next week, we've got some 50s possible Monday and
Yeah.
Tuesday. So finally, forecast is starting to look up for us.
Good deal. Maybe, just maybe, I'll take my dogs to that dog park. But no promises. Thanks, Nathan. That's all the time we have for you all this morning.
Have a great day, and we will see you tomorrow.